A nice long break there as everyone takes stock of the situation, but we are back and Vertigo is next on the cards. Of course, the map pick of X Finest as the Eyeballers look to drag this one back and force it to go the distance. Not the position they would have been hoping to find themselves in, Dean, but one they got to make the most of regardless.
No, it is a map they can play for sure, but X Finest certainly have the momentum going their way. They'll be feeling confident after that first map. And if this time they can get off to a solid start rather than being on the back foot, then yeah, things definitely could get dangerous for Eyeballers. Quick flank coming in actually. Pepser has already gotten himself 2 on the flank, including dropping the bomb. That's going to delay the push itself quite severely. And even if they do want to move back, there's 2 players actually holding that flank. A bit of damage at least being dealt out here on the push towards the bomb site. Shox is going to keep on pressing the issue, wants to force that second kill, but it doesn't work out despite the low health. Sapek pretty much puts the nail in the coffin of this round alongside Pepsor with his 3rd kill, leaving it all onto Bogdan. If he gets this, then the bomb at least should be his, but and it would be a very difficult 1-on-3 from that point on, and he's not able to win out the initial fight. What a round from Pepser.
4 kills on the backstab does all of the heavy lifting. Sapek doing what he can by chewing on 2 dinks and staying alive long enough to get his kill. But that flank beautifully timed by the Eyeballers. Aggression down mid. They catch it, just as you said, right as the hit was looking to come in towards the site. So the utility's gone. And X Finest, well, not how they would have wanted to start their map pick. They will fall back onto the Force Spy, however. Even without that bomb plant going down, still able to get their hands on 4 Tech 9s, a Deagle. As they chew on the early nades, they want the early mid control this time. No fast flanks on this occasion as they are charging their way through. Snacks finding the opening kill. There's damage all over the shop, however, and a triple spray down from Pepsor, immediately matched by Shox as he finds 2 1-digs and somehow keeps his team in this one. 2-on-2, that bomb's going to go down, but JW is already on the flank, and that timing could well be everything. Bogdan spotted it, but he's desperately low. He can't afford to even take this fight down on just 16 HP. Shock's not looking much better with 38, and well, takes out his own teammate in amongst the crossfire, as now it's on to Shox to do what he can in the 1v2, and oh my goodness, 3 1-digs, but not quite the 4th. He will go down at the final hurdle. Good damage regardless, but it's a 2nd round on the board for the CT side.
That shot on JW was ridiculous, and I'd imagine the second one was when they were pushing in from mid as well, how quick the follow-up was. Either way, 4 kills and a bomb plant, as you said, it's fantastic damage. They make that round fairly worthwhile, even if they weren't able to get it across the line. There's still some positives to be taken. Will they force the issue again now that they know the economy is so weak? It looks like they will. I was thinking maybe just body armor and Tech 9s or something could have been the way to go. They still would have been able to get their buyout in the following round, but it's all in. Mostly Galils, 1 Krieg as well being pulled out, and a Scout Den for Snacks. A pretty limited amount of utility. It's not ideal, especially with how heavy on rifles the buy is for Eyeballers. They've gone pretty secure with their investment. It's a chance for Eyeballers to potentially head towards 4-0 if this one was to go well for them. Not expecting a Krieg though, so yeah, that completely catches JW off guard.
Nice opening pick and advantage. Shox once more and he'll get it as well. Shine goes down, spam through, connects onto Sapek. They know exactly where 3 of them are, but the 4th one, Pepsor, will catch him off guard. Finally, Shox goes down, that Krieg, having done just about everything you could have asked of it. Sapek down on 26 HP as well as the bomb making its way back up that ramp. Rotations with no info, very slow for the CT side. That bomb yet to commit as well, making life all the more complicated for the CTs. They really have no idea where this hit's going to end up. It's just a guessing game for them at the moment. Pepsor, at the very least, has worked his way in towards CT. Swings on the timing, deals with 1. Clean headshot onto Bogdan, and that buys them a 3-on-3. Twist immediately with the trade. And now they know what's coming, surely. There's utility available, but both CTs fast on the angle. Ready and waiting to deny this hit if they can. Smoke goes deep. Decision to make as the bomb goes down. The Molotov will tickle away at the feet of Snacks, but not enough to cause any real concern. Should have at least been spotted as he made his way over towards the sandbags, but I don't think Sapek saw it. 2-on-3 retake. They have got a little bit of utility. That nade will go do good work onto Snacks. Not quite the kill, but Sapek's found 1 meanwhile onto Twist. And 2-on-2 with a smoke to put down on that bomb. It could yet get ugly. Snacks hears it. Doesn't want to swing wide just yet. Doesn't want to give away the game. His teammate gets one, but it's Flusher sticking it inside of the smoke. Comes off. Tries to find a fight, but there's nothing to be found just yet. Playing around the edges of his own smoke. He brings Snacks down desperately low, but he can't quite do enough to convert. Neither will go down with the bomb either. Somehow, some way they stay alive. And, well, X-Finest, it's a little scrappy, but they've got their first T-side round.
Yeah, it looked like it was maybe going to be a little easier after the initial exchanges, but they managed to claw their way through either way. And, well, eyeballers don't really have too much money left over to repurchase here for themselves. One rifle. Flusha actually gives that over to JW, and now rocking an MP9 himself. Looks like a decent amount of utility, at least, onto a couple of players, so they have some smokes and flashes. X-Finest, though, should be, on paper, around that they'll be looking to take relatively easily, especially with Flusha just throwing himself through the smoke there. A little bit of a wild MP9 spray didn't work out at all. Only landed one bullet. Of course, if this one goes the way of X-Finest, eyeballers definitely looking at an eco. That would be quite rough.
Yeah, not the response he would have wanted from that MP9. At least a 1-for-1 was, well, essential, really, as now Shine is left to try and bait into JW. Does pull the push out of Twist, and there's bodies here to receive it. Shine gets a freebie. JW with one more. He's losing teammates, but the M4 is still up. And as he spams through the smoke, he finds good damage onto Snacks as well. Sapek here to support the charge. This is not a bad result at all for the CT side. Even 3-on-3. The bomb yet to commit. Still 50 seconds on the clock. Still plenty of utility for that T side as well to plan out and execute. At the moment, though, they are heading once again into that M4 of JW. Tucked inside of sight, playing the angles. Sapek there to back him up as well. This could still get nasty. Sapek going to push the issue. Deagle in hand, rifle behind him. JW trades the death. Exactly what the rifle needs is now blinded up on the angle. He's got to find another, and he does. Buys the 1v1. Snacks a bullet from death from these Deagles. An open plant is a risky call, but he gets away with it. Bomb goes down, and into the 1v1 we are. The young versus the old. The youth versus the experienced. Snacks sets himself in the lane. Behind the scaffolding, he starts his flank slowly but surely. Pepsaw has a smoke. No defuse kit. Needs the full 10 seconds. That bomb is already halfway gone. The odds stacked firmly against him. He tries to stick it inside of the smoke, but Snacks is having none of it. A second round on the board. It's more expensive than it ever should have been. It goes down to the very last man, but they get it. And that's the critical thing as it breaks the economy of the eyeballers.
Yeah, way too close for my liking, but you can see a couple MAC-10s coming out here. They'll hope that'll make up a bit in terms of the economy that they lost. They're dropping so many players. X-Finest are going to get their third round, most likely. Now that I've said it, perhaps not, though. We'll see whether the Jinx is going to come into play or not. They had a smoke there as well, a couple flashes, a bit of a push in towards mid, and, well, they just feed the MAC-10 of shots. Gets himself the ace with the Glock 10 as well. Nice, alright. Not sure what else to say about that one. It was the full eco, but still handled himself incredibly well. I would have panicked after the second kill, at best.
He's going to have dreams of that tonight, Shocks. He buys the MAC-10, wanders towards mid, and they just present 5 1v1s on a plate, right? It wasn't even like...
So he can pretend that they had real weapons. So he can control it a bit more, you know? It's like, no, they all had ops. What are you talking about?
It wasn't even like they peeked him all at once. They didn't even make it difficult. They just swung one by one. He had some aim practice. Lovely little piece for him. Builds up the economy beautifully as well. Snacks able to get the AWP in his hands. And the buy's still a little shaky around the edges for the eyeballers. Flusher again dropping down, demoted to the MP9. Everyone else does have the rifles. Sapek staring down that lane, catches a timing onto Twist. A little bit of damage done. Not quite enough for any kind of conversion, but at least you know he's tagged. He's into that one-shot headshot range for the M4s, and there's timings all over the shop as Sapek flashed in again. Will find it. That extra damage contributing as the wallbang connects. And once again, it's that CT side with the man advantage to start things out. As well, at the moment, X-Finest looking a little one-dimensional, prodding and poking a couple areas of the map, but they're taking isolated fights everywhere they go. 50 seconds left to try and change that picture.
5-on-3 already. Bogdan should at least have the upgrade over to that AK, but I can see it taking him his time. Didn't want to give his life away if there was someone still peeking. Yeah, but a rough 3-on-5. Not much time either to actually get in towards this B bomb site. 25 seconds. Thankfully, there's no mollies, no smokes that are going to delay them massively, but they'll still need very quick entry frags. And with that, rotations will move in pretty fast from the mid area as well. Nice Molotov. And nade as well, I believe, went in. Flusha forced into the open and alive. Peps are not going to be able to hold off on the bomb site either, but there's only 5 seconds remaining. If they somehow could have stopped that bomb plant, that would have been it. Instead, now it's a 2-on-2. Make that a 2-on-1. Sapek left alone. I don't think his position is 100% known, but he did get a kill a few moments ago. Either way, waiting here for the smoke to fade away, hoping to get the drop. Hoping surprise would be on his side, but it is not. Shox was ready. 4-2, X-Finest with another round on the board, and while it did get relatively close there, unfortunately aren't able to make it work. Now they're looking at what is most likely just another eco here. A 5th round should be going the way of X-Finest.
Yeah, that's a 3v5 conversion you cannot be letting fade away if you're the eyeballers. You work so hard for those opening man advantages, right? You push, you prod, you find the kills. You had the bodies inside of sight, but the swings just catch you off guard. The utility's good for 1. And all of a sudden, it's 3-on-3, and the afterplant's starting to stretch away from you. Beautiful position for X-Finest, although the nade stack has done work. Twist will at least find one through the edge of the smoke. Sapek goes down in the opening moments. That extra damage could be viable. Makes them all the more vulnerable to the Deagles and P250s that remain for this CT side, but they've got to find some clean shots now. They want to have a chance of disrupting this one up against the full buy. Twist has Bogdaned himself the AWP as well, as we all know, a very capable AWP player. Not too much of a downgrade whatsoever as Snax looks to push the issue, but Bogdan chews on one of his own, and all Pepsaw manages to catch a Snax in his jaws, and suddenly this one's starting to fall apart. The rifle looking to push the issue. Shox will bail it out with one, but there's all the pistols here, and they're looking for the kills, just not quite finding them as Shox gets another. The HE stack finds one more, and what was such a promising round just slowly dismantles itself before our very eyes. A 5th round on the board, and somehow X-Finest come out of it with 4 players alive.
I mean, 3 players were on the brink of death. A few different exchanges go slightly different, and that could have maybe been around eyeballers had a chance of stealing away, or at least make it more costly, because unfortunately they only got the 1 kill, I believe it was, in the end, so they didn't really get anything for their efforts. The economy for X-Finest continues to build, as do the rounds, and, well, let's see if eyeballers have a response now to them or not. Twist wants this early towards B, does actually spot the peak. Unfortunately, can't capitalize on it, and I don't think the nade's going to do too much either. Falls just a little bit too short. They haven't really done too much, and even though the nades are going down and they've been peeking it a little bit, they didn't really pressure that utility out too much in the early stages. Eyeballers managing to hang on to what little they had for as long as possible. Snax, though, with an opening kill through the smoke, apparently, over towards the ramp.
I think it probably was just over the top of it for Pepsaw.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe not. I'm looking at the blood splatter. That might have been cleaved through it. Twist looking to aggress off the back of that. The flashbang is good, and well, Sapek wants to push. Shock has found at least one, but the trade is there. And now Shine in a very forward-thinking position. Has the potential to split the offense. Snax just starting to fall back now. Timings are everything. Spotted, but not quite dealt with. Spam through, not quite able to convert. Sapek still lying in wait, though. Sound still somehow gets the kill before he goes down. It's up to Shine to trade it, and he does a fantastic job. Buys the 2-on-2, surely to be 2-on-1, as Flusha does find the backstab onto Shox. And it's all Snax. 14 HP and a dream with an AWP to play with. Molotov to try and split the defense, but the smoke of Flusha will keep him alive, and now that crossfire is established, there is very little Snax is going to do to break it. Spams away, hoping to maybe catch a timing, but he's going to be caught on the retreat here, I think. The swing indeed comes in from Shine, and eyeballers do have their response. They're not going to go down quietly on the CT side of Vertigo, that's for sure.
No, you don't expect it with the players that they have. You know they'll keep on scrapping, they'll keep on fighting until the final round, but see whether they can actually chain them together now and stabilize the economy, because sometimes you don't have a say in things. You just don't have the money to get any weaponry. Smoke towards the bottom of the ramp, so looking pretty standard over towards A anyway in the initial moments. Again, I believe it's just the split and pick default here from X Finest. No heavy focus in the initial seconds, although two players looking to work in towards mid. Boost up could catch Pepzer. Might be expecting it himself, though. Let's see. Yeah, did actually spot the shoulder. They trade the dinks. Twist in the meantime, though, loses his life to safe pick over towards the bottom of A ramp as he just decided to charge all the way down, apparently.
Yeah, they took the extra control, dropped the mollies. Solid counterplay, and it's denied all A ramp control for the T side. Shock's down on 12 HP as well. Yes, there's dinks onto Pepsor and Sapek, but got to find a way to get back into this, and with no A control, you can see the rotations already. Sapek trusted to hold solo. The rest of this T side looking to group over towards a heavily stacked B bomb site. Snacks will find one over top. Flusher goes down. Pepsor wants to re-aggress on it, but Snacks is having none of it. Takes the bullets, finds the shot. This was a stack. It's very rapidly becoming undone, though. The bomb is late to the party, as JW will catch Bogdan in transition. That bomb now got to be a little cautious in the 3-on-3. There's a crack of an angle, and JW wants it. Not quite able to find the shot. Taps it once. Wants to bait the swing out of Shine. He does, but he's not got his gun out. He's not ready for it, Sound is. Bails his teammate out. Shock's desperately low on HP, but Sound has found another. Sapek just not aware of the angle. Goes down freely, and JW, how many times has he been asked to clutch so far in this series? This one is just a step too far. The money's not there. The positioning's not there. The utility most definitely is not there, so he'll try and escape. He'll try and hide. The quick scope deals with Sound, and I'm not sure how many more bodies X Finest will want to throw into the hunt, but it's a 6th round regardless.
Yeah, and it seems like this B bomb site maybe is a little bit weak. These later hits have been working out incredibly well for X Finest, even when they had the disadvantage before they were able to recover the entire round. So things are just kind of rough around the edges, it seems, here on the CT side of Vertigo for eyeballers. You'd expect them to be the more stable of the two rosters as well at the moment.
Yeah, that's a 3v5 and a 4v5 that have been lost over towards that B site now. Starts to make you think maybe that's what the X Finest boys saw, right? We spoke about in the pregame how statistically not necessarily the best call in the world, but a map they like to play, and maybe they've seen something. That B bomb site looking like it may well be the magic key they need. As into this one, JW holds just about everything his team have got, and he takes an early dink off of Sound as well. Starts to lose teammates over towards the A site in the meanwhile, and the problem is now that this T side, they know exactly where that AWP is, so they will try and charge down the remaining pistols. Bogdan bails Twist out of a slightly awkward situation with a clean headshot. JW at the very least has rotated around, but I think off the back of the timings alone, X Finest have just slowed this right down. They know potentially the AWP is available, so there's no need to over-aggress. They'll wait for their timings. They've got the utility to plan and execute. JW indeed drops his own smoke to try and counter, to try and give himself that little bit of wiggle room, and he will hit the first. Bogdan goes down. Bomb starts to escape down the A ramp, but it is going to double back, and JW is still here, so it's not a done deal just yet.
I wouldn't count them completely out. The only unfortunate thing is the two healthy players are stuck on Deagles. JW already tagged up pretty heavily. Either way, 35 seconds on the clock. It will still be this A commit with JW actually having rotated around, and eventually X Finest get that peak that they've been waiting on so that they can finally seal the deal and commit. Not just about moving back in, but the smoke hitting him as it was landing kind of gave away his position, I think. Got him caught in the peak, just kind of in the open for a second, and that was plenty for the finish to come in. Blusha might be able to get the op, though, before that smoke fades away. Or has it already been recovered? No, I think it went out into the open a bit.
He's looking for at least an exit here, and Sound is going to grab that AWP just to add pain to it.
Just to throw it away, I'd imagine, because they've already got one as well.
Just to make sure that it's not going to fall into the hands of Flusher, who will just start to swing this one right as the bomb gets towards its final ticks. Shocks is having none of it. 7 on the board for X Finest, 4 players kept alive, and this T side just keeps on ticking. It's a little scrappy around the edges, sure, but it continues to find purchase. And that's going to be the problem now for Eyeballers. 7-3 down, this buy goes against them. Guaranteed lead at the half for X Finest, and this is a map that they're both fairly evenly poised on. Arguably a bit CT leaning on both sides of the equation, so go down this hard on your T side, on your CT side rather. Well, it would be disastrous for Eyeballers. They need to find a response, and it needs to be sooner rather than later.
Oh, yeah, that's not the response they were hoping for. Lusha will actually return a kill with the nade somehow. Taking out shots, not a bad find. JW still wants to press the E, though, hoping to find some sort of advantage, and Twisted just crept his way in. JW falls. Defense here on A is severely compromised. I think have at least that rotation better coming in. Indeed, Peps are behind them to try and assist, but again, it's just the individual fights being taken. It's at least slowed down by X Finest, so they haven't fully got themselves onto the site as of yet, but they don't really need to fully commit it. They've heard the M4 firing now as well after Peps just got an AK kill, so I think they might realize both players are here. But a minute on the clock, they can at least slow it down. They don't necessarily need to move back to B. Wait it out.
Got all the information, all the time in the world. Utility for a not half bad execute as well if they want to pull it. Snacks has got nades. So they do exactly as you suggested, Ding. Disconnect for just a moment. It hasn't drawn the rotations as much as I suspect they would have liked, but a well-placed molly gives away the position of 1. Nade to go through. Flusher down to 30. A second nade to follow, but it's not enough. He's still alive and kicking, and as that bomb transfers, he will spot it. Low on HP, Bogdan faced from 2 angles at once, but now it's all Flusher. He's lost his teammate. He's in the one-on-one. 16 HP up against Snacks, but he only needs the 1 bullet. Clean headshot. The AWPer goes down, and it will be a 4th round. He rescues it for the Eyeballers. 1 well-placed nade could have undone him, but 16 HP is all the veteran needs. A 4th round and a lifeline that this CT side so desperately needs.
Some hope. Massive round from Flusha though, and an op of course being carried over is always going to be very useful. Bomb plant did go down. The economy was already decent enough for X Finest as well, so again they come right back in with a buy. We haven't seen their economy being compromised at all yet, I don't think. It's going to need to keep on going like that. Shots is 21-6 right now. No wonder they're having such a good performance. Didn't realize how much of the work he was getting done.
Yeah, he's been looking very clean. Needs some more where that came from though. Eyeballers with a rare reprieve. Twist brought down low as well. Opportunity for the CT side to stabilize here. Several players not going to be able to buy into the next if it goes wrong over on the X Finest side of things. Have to imagine Twist will bog down that AWP again. There's a new one saying someone will bog down the AWP while Bogdan's on the team. JW looking to take it away before he can do so, and Snacks has actually beaten him to the punch. Straight up 1v1 between the two of them on the AWPs, and Snacks comes out on top. Pressure back onto this CT side now. The Sapek gonna be flashed in, but has to bail off the basis of the HEs, down to 17 health. Retreats to the depths of the site, and Shine has no idea Snacks is this aggressive. Free kill. Low HP bar on the next man up. That's Sapek caught in towards the headshot angle. Snacks tap it away. He's going to be a one-man army this round as Shock says, I want some of this. Takes the dome off of Pepsaw, and Flusher is left again. Pulled off a 1v2 last time out. This time even more improbable, and Snacks is having none of it. Guaranteed lead at the half. Another economic heartbreak for the Eyeballers. Going to be scraping down the back of the sofa for pennies to get anything into this one.
Worst case scenario, really. Seeing that X Finest had it in them in that previous map to fight back into the game from behind, rather. But we're gonna have to see if Eyeballers can overcome the same test now, because this half is already slipping out of their control, or rather has pretty much slipped out of their control. X Finest, no matter what, should have a 9th round, which is already a really good T side, and really anything on top of that will just be a bonus. Doesn't really seem like pistols can even be afforded. They want to ensure that the buy that comes out is going to be as strong as possible. A few pistols eventually being upgraded, but not wanting to spend too much.
Handful of Deagles, a P250, a 5.7. It's not the buy they would have wanted. They're going to try and make it work. X-Finest in a fantastic position here to really start turning the thumb screws towards the death of this first half. Peps ought to be flashed in. Sound just dodges the eyes. Tucks himself in, knows there will be aggression here. He's waiting for it. Nothing to be seen, however. Backs away as they look to rethink. And with multiple bodies over towards this B-bomb site, it looks to be just a straight execute into what may be here. And Twist has opened things up beautifully. Flusher next up on the chopping block. Blinded low, naded, dead. Sound with another quick kill onto Shine. For JW and Safbek, it's all about picking up the pieces. A couple kills, an AK salvage would be fantastic here. Because realistically, that's all they're going to get. The Deagle taken away by Bogdan from JW, and Sapek is left scratching his head. Where did it all go so wrong, Dean?
I don't know. I'd say about 12 rounds ago when this one kicked off. Snacks with the final kill. He's stepping up big time now as well. Shox was 21-6, so he slowed down over the past few rounds, but Snacks has stepped up and put himself on 15 now as well. You've got two players just leading the charge. It's a weird one, though, not knowing whether Shox is even playing with them. It wasn't meant to be, I don't believe. There we go, another buy round. The last real opportunity for Eyeballers to actually start turning this half around. If this one doesn't go the way they want it to, then they won't really have too much to fight for that final round. Oh, pretty close to save big. I think his teammate was spamming it there actually while he was pushing down. That was close.
Very close indeed. It's a dangerous game to play. Meanwhile, over at B, Sound has taken a lot of damage. Are they going to play this A retake? They tried this before down the ramp and it worked out brilliantly. This time, again, it finds them an opening pick. Snacks goes down. A ramp control conceded, and with Sound down on 25 HP on B, this is the best look we've seen in a long time from the Eyeballers. Retake looks to be in session from X-Finest. They're thinking about it. Here we go. Back into the A ramp they go, wanting to draw the rotations, wanting to keep the CT side guessing. With just 50 odd seconds left and a man down, there is not a lot of time left to get anything going. Shock's not quite able to connect onto Shine as he has previously. Those 23 kills will not be added to yet, and as Finest look to go into B, it's an absolute slaughter. The crossfire is there. Twist, yes, he gets one, but he's low, and they know it. They wait for more bodies. Twist does all he can, somehow finds a second, but is taken down for his trouble. And at this point, Shox, yes, he's got a miracle flank, and yes, he'll get a freebie, but it's a 1v2 with 20 seconds left down the ramp. With both CT players sat into their crossfire, Shox can't afford to be quiet either. He's got to just charge this one out. 13 seconds. Flashbang goes in. He wants to isolate these fights. Flashes himself instead. JW, position at least known, but Shine is in a beautiful spot to counter it. And there's the 5th round for the Eyeballers, the one they desperately needed that gives them the money to fight for this final round of the half with, at the very least, rifles.
As I had said, though, 9 is already a pretty good half here for X-Finest. Double digits would be really nice if they could come out with a 10, put themselves in a really comfortable position, even if the pistol was to go not too well for them, of course, but we'll see. B9 still in the hands of Flusher. He seems to choose that when he has the option for a rifle anyway, so I don't think he'll be too mad about the fact that he gets that 10-4. Oh, that was close. Doesn't take as much damage as I thought he was going to there with the nade landing right beside him. Ollie up, and well, they're just tossing a lot of nades really on both sides right now. No actual fights haven't come true up until now. When Sound gets caught out in the open, Snack's not actually spotting Epsor in the background there either. I thought he might have had a shot at the trade. Instead, it's Flush's MP9 that comes in, cleans up the damaged Shine, and the damage with the help of Shine rather, with the flash. But then decides to just drop down. It's a bit risky. They didn't
Wasn't
have too much
expecting
info.
the third man. Wasn't sure. Snack's yet to fire off a shot. Allows him that freebie on the Tech 9. Still the man advantage is there. Snack's playing the edge of this smoke. Spots out Pepsor. Can't quite connect. There's aggression down this ramp as well. The timing onto the run boost, but Shocks gets it, dropping down. The spray connects. And all is level with 40 seconds left on the clock. 3 on 3. All three T-side players working the ramp, and Twist working it beautifully. Sapek gets his head cleaved. Shine next up on the headshot angle. A dangerous place to be when Twist is in town, and he finds another. Pepsor to try and salvage the situation, but this is a round for Twist to remember. 2 lightning fast headshots. The 3 on 3 turns 1v as Pepsor tries to summon a little bit of magic of his own, working his way out of CT. He's got no utility. He just has to take these fights and win them, and it's not going to happen. Double digits for the X-Finest boys as we head to the break. A 10-5 lead for X-Finest as they head to the CT side of Vertigo, a map that clearly they have done their homework on. A pistol that could well be the start of the end for Eyeballers. Need some early success there, Dean.
Yeah, not just some, they need a ton of it, really, otherwise things are going to be looking rough, and that is rough indeed. Sapik gets absolutely destroyed by Sound. Flusha tried to follow it up, but Sapik doesn't stick around. Or Sound doesn't, rather. He's happy to just keep that man advantage. A little bit of damage, at least, as they burst in on towards mid. And like it probably will be the split towards A, considering Flusha's position. It doesn't really seem like they're going to get that far at the moment. Twist with a quick pick off onto JW. Shine will make his way in through the spawn, but unfortunately they had split up. Pepser had stuck around to fight that player, rotating back in from the B-bomb site. Yeah, as you said, the 2-on-3 now becomes doable. They actually tried to get the bomb back across and unfortunately spammed down through the smoke there. That makes things quite a bit more difficult for Flusha. Wants to force the first fight, tapping the bomb to pull him into the open, but it doesn't work out, and either way, Snacks was coming in from behind.
Twist is absolutely on one right now. 3 quick headshots in that round.
I don't even think you seen the third person, rather.
15 kills to his name. I mean, he's by no means at the top of the board, but him and Shocks are putting on an aim clinic at the moment. Making it look far too easy, and without the bomb plant down, Eyeballers have to make a tough old decision down to just Glock. Shine with a P250 is the best of it for the T side. Knowing they're in need of a little bit of a miracle here. If they are to get anything done, it will be 12-5 if this round goes awry, as it should do. And from there, just 4 rounds between X-Finest and a clean 2-0. Inferno Scrappy, this is a very different picture to be painting. Sound looking for this initial boost up. He's looking for the headshot. The run boost spotted as the pistols look to swarm down towards the bottom of the ramp. Shine on that P250, doing what he can. Does find one. Gets low HP onto Snacks as well, who will fall away. Unfortunately for him, all the teammates were lost despite that P250's early headshot. Flusha, though, on that one. Recovered rifle is doing all he can to make this ugly. He's found another 3 kills. That should never have been on 11 HP. Flusha looks to pull this one off. He's got the CT split as well. Bomb to go down. Twist won't risk pulling the pin on that HE. He'll want to take this fight. Shox is on the flank. The HE just a little too late as he does opt to pull it out. And Flusha sets himself a clean headshot. And this suddenly becomes very winnable. And oh my goodness, 16 HP. Twist, a whisper from death, but he gets it done. 1 P250, 4 Glocks, still able to find 3 kills, and that's going to put the CT economy on a limb as the first buy of the Eyeballers T side comes out.
Yeah, they can take some big positives from that round and hopefully now manage to capitalize on the damage that they were able to do. They boosted up their own by getting the bomb plant down as well, which looked pretty unlikely, so really has maximized their chances here to try and get back into this game, but this is really the one opportunity that they get. If this goes south, X-Finest likely head up 14-5, and although they'll have another gun round, there'll really just not be the room to work with. Any mistakes at that point would cost them the game. So this is where they want to start turning things around. Initial kill already,
Shocks.
though, from Shock somehow. Double nade stack on Snacks. Honestly surprised he's still standing. And unfortunate to be.
Problem is they're losing men elsewhere. Left, right, and center. Sound finds another. They're looking for the spam onto Snacks, and he goes back in for more. Yes, Bogdan goes down, but Sound immediately there with the response. 2-on-4, admittedly, with the caveat of Snacks' HP. Bomb looking to work its way up the ramp, and for now it is a 2-2 split from this CT defense. Opting to play the numbers game. Sound tucked close to the left. Snacks lies in wait, lies in hiding. And, well, JW will get the freebie onto the high HP of Sound, but through the smoke, Snacks finds the response. And JW knows he's got to get going. Over the top, gets the first. 2-on-1 for the AWPer now as he looks to get the bomb down on the edge of that smoke. Will be allowed to do so as well. Shocks and Twist, they're going to look to play the timings. Through the smoke they go, but they've not cleared it, or have they? Shocks turns. Finds the clean headshot. 13 on the board. And as you said, Dean, that's an economy breaker. They get the bomb down, though, which might mean there's a little more to play with.
Yeah, with the loss bonus, the bomb plant actually does give them just about enough to scrape out the buy, as you can see. It's not going to be perfect, though. I mean, the timing there a little bit awkward, unfortunately, for JW. He was holding the smoke push. Maybe he gets the first kill, jumps back around the safety, starts playing off of the bomb. Instead, they just didn't really give him any time to set up, just pushed in through that smoke as quick as possible, used their numbers advantage. 13-5. Another buy, sure. But I think it's safe to say that this game is completely out of control, and again, we haven't seen Eyeballers pull off the comeback yet. We've seen X-Finest manage to come back from a pretty rough time on that first map and even take the victory for themselves. Eyeballers not really having the comfort of a 9-2 lead this time around.
Very different picture, and that nade stack's going to do work as well. Sapek down to 28 HP.
He's just had
Not
a rough
even
series
given
all
the
around.
fight. He has. It's not been a good day for the youngster. JW working his way up. Doesn't know the angle. Freebie. Sapek low on HP. Will at least find one, but the trade is there. And that's all that CT setup was built for finding man advantages. Shocks finds two. A beautiful pop flash in by Twist allows him to isolate the fights. 1 kill away from the 30 bomb, and we're only 18 rounds in. Flusher again left to salvage the pieces of a 1v4. Trying to put this puzzle together, but he's lost pieces. He doesn't know where to look for him. Twist lurks in towards 90. No Molotov to flush him out either. He'll keep pushing the issue. It's a rough old fight. He gets the bulk of the damage on the CT side, and another picture-perfect flashbang finishes it. No bomb plant this time, Dean. The economy maybe supports a half buy.
I mean, yeah, they have full loss bonus, so they may as well buy whatever they can, just keep enough ideally for the full investment. Pepser actually spends a bit much, so he'll rely on a bomb plant going down if he wants to ensure he's buying with everyone else in the next round. I think it's worthwhile, though, just to have the one hero rifle, even if it's only a Galil. Fortunate he couldn't just go straight for the AK. May have been a bigger use, but let's see. Map control looks to be the main goal in the early stages for just a few of these Eyeballers players. They're going to find heavy fights, though, as you can see, with 3 peeking in, or rather at least 2 of them. Although the ops trapped in behind the sandbags, not an ideal position. It's one and done, really, for both of them, which normally wouldn't be good enough, but Bogdan, thankfully in position, is able to trade back onto Sapik, and, well, actually some really good nade damage then as well lands on Flusha. So a 3-on-2 favouring X-Finest pretty heavily.
There should be guns to be had, but I think the AK fell off the map, so it's only the AWP in towards sandbags. And as you said, 2-on-3, utility available for a retake as well, Twist. With a molly and a HE to try and deny a plant. CT side are well positioned to deal with this. Flusher has managed to grab himself that AWP over towards the sandbags. As Pepsor starts to smoke off a couple of these angles, and they will try and work in, just trying to death ball this site. They know they've got to play this together if they're going to stand any chance of getting through. Clearing the corners, bomb on the back of Flusher as Pepsor looks to swing. Flashbang over the top, will catch Bogdan, but not well enough. He turns it. Flusher, last man up inside of the site, and it's going to be Twist to put him down. 15 on the board, no bomb plant. No full buy for Pepsor. This is it for the Eyeballers. 10 map points. The way of X-Finest.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say we're coming to a conclusion here pretty soon, and not really the one I was expecting coming into this game. Shocks has been a big use to them, though, if they can hang on to him somehow. I mean, he's absolutely carrying this map anyway. Not carrying really, since Snacks is also having a fantastic game. Twist has been playing really well also, but he's 29-7, and he's just been having absolutely ridiculous double kills and such that he shouldn't be getting away with, performing miracles at the moment. Sound finally gets punished for his peek around ramp. He's been going for that pretty much every single round, so it was bound to happen eventually.
Caster Curse starts to speak its way into reality. Opening pick for the first time in forever, and all the Eyeballers take full advantage of another timing. Shocks goes down, and that A site is under siege. It's all on Snacks, and he can only find the one. Twist and Bogdan left, and well, they're nowhere near the action at the moment. Twist is still over towards that B bomb site as the util comes in. Bogdan hoping that maybe a nade and a molly will buy some time, buy some space, but nothing being given. Works his way back around in towards the elevators. JW refreshes the smoke meanwhile, and this one feels like a done deal. 10 map points becomes 9. The comeback is on, ladies and gentlemen, as the bomb goes down. And Twist and Bogdan will look to save because the economy for that CT side is not in the perfect position.
Not all that great overall, but with the 2 weapons being saved, they should be able to work it out pretty well. And drop the sound, drop the snacks as well. Shox has plenty to buy for himself, so as long as they don't lose anyone here, they should be good. And they're still going to have, of course, 9 opportunities to go ahead and put the finish to this game. So I don't think they'll be too worried as of yet. But it's a start for my ballers. They've struggled, though, to really chain together anything in terms of more than 2 or 3 rounds. So we're going to have to change big time. Bogdan misses the shot. Okay. Just took in at this point. There's not too much time left. His teammate watching from the stairs as well ensures that he's not going to get rushed down. So both weapons will be saved through. Snacks gets the up back, and well, I would imagine Bogdan just buys for himself. Oh, are they working this out? Snacks wants the M4 instead. Okay.
Sure. Clearly got a plan for it.
Had a decent
Full
spawn,
buy.
so I thought you might have taken the op as well.
Yeah, you could have seen it, but they still managed to get the full buy out. Good utility available across the board, good firepower as well, and they opt to take the B ramp with it. Chunk of map control taken away from the T side. Not that they care, because all 5 of them now working their way towards this A ramp. Looking to catch timings. They've done it once, they'll do it again. Snacks and Shox looking to assemble a boost, but they're just creeping up. Twist doesn't spot it in time. The kills, it's a slaughter. 3 for 1. Sound and Bogdan once again left to pick up the pieces. Bogdan is on a fast flank, but Flusher has read it. On low HP, he will be traded, but this is a 7th. Take a miracle from Sound, and it's not going to happen. The gap slowly but surely narrows, and this one's going to be a half buy as well for the CT side. Not time to get nervous just yet, but it'll be starting to creep into the back of their minds, Dean, that this is not over yet.
Yeah, not even the half buy really. 3 of them can't afford to, or 4 of them really can't afford to spend much at all. They only get 2,400, so to see just 2 flashes being purchased, Twist might be able to salvage out an op in the next round. He has enough, whether he wants to actually purchase it up and drop it or not, though, that is the question. Either way, let's see what the USBs can do. 1 P250 as well. Pushing through mid from Bogdan definitely has been heard. And everyone else is kind of just stacking things up around mid itself, so yeah, I'm not too sure how this is going to go. Eyeballers are just going to hold out. They'll eventually group and shouldn't really have too much trouble getting into really wherever they want at this point.
Gonna go towards B, and there is actually the stack now in place. 4 bodies. They'll get 1 for free, but the kills will very quickly go against them. Meanwhile, the USP trying to hit the shots is Snacks, but it's not quite connecting for him. And Bogdan, well, a 1v4 with a USP would be one heralded for the ages, but the Molly licking at his feet, there's nothing more to be done. A couple tags onto Pepsor, and it is an 8th round on the board. 15-8, the gap slowly but surely narrowing as the buys will keep on coming for the eyeballers, and this one a little bit more of a task for the CT side to scrape together. The utility's a little slim. The MP9 in the hands of Slacks, asking some questions of this CT side on a buy that's less than ideal.
Yeah, certainly not perfect. Really, just a few different approaches to the gun rounds, really, and try and swap things up, catch them off guard, because they only need this 1 round. That's all they need to force through. Ready to fight in towards ramp anyway. We've seen this time and time again, though, so something that's really going to catch eyeballers off guard, although Shox's position on mid apparently will catch Pepsor by surprise.
Not much of an off angle.
No, not really.
Half of one, and it gets him what he wants, a free kill. Snacks lurking behind the rebar up towards scaffold. Nobody's seen him yet, and Bogdan actually bails out the first person who does. They know Snacks is here, but they can't deal with him yet. The AK just about gets 1, but it's 2 on 3. Sapek swings in, bomb down at the feet of Bogdan, and this surely is it. Flusher to try what he can, but it's not going to be. Twist again with a lightning headshot, and that will be it. The clean 2-0. Not any kind of prediction that we saw there, Dean. Nothing like what we had in the books. X-Finest I won't say bringing their A game on Inferno, but they certainly did on Vertigo.
Yeah, I mean, even then, I would say on Inferno they brought their A game. It was